You may have noticed that some videos now have little chapter portions on it. Actually, how about if I just show you what I mean here? So here is a search on meditation. And if I come down here, you can see here from this video, there are 4 key moments in this video where it actually breaks it up, talks about what they're talking about at that particular place. Let me show you another way of doing this. When you look at YouTube, each one of these little breaks you see in this line down here is a chapter head. Notice how when you hold it over, it shows you in these words up here, just above my cursor, it shows you the header for that chapter head. All right, why in the world would you want to do this? Well, it's very simple. You do this because it's a way of signaling to Google and YouTube and the search engines what you're talking about in your video. And more importantly, you're showing them various key phrases that this video talks about that they may want to consider ranking you on for those specific key phrases. And sure enough, Google says this is important. So in their document that they just re-released called Video Best Practices, one of the things they talk about in there is enable key moments in your videos, which is exactly what we just talked about with these key moments that happen. So one of the challenges that we have is that there's actually 3 ways that people talk about it. Google talks about it 3 different ways. Key moments, chapters, timestamps. They all mean the same thing. Don't know why they keep changing the languaging because it fouls all of us up. But going back to this for just a moment, let me just show you this. So here's what Google is saying is, hey, if you're doing it, you want to add these key moments into your videos. And then they actually have a section in here that is in the YouTube help that says, here's how you do it. And I'm going to show you an easier way to do that than even what they show you here. But they give you this. Make sure the first timestamp you list starts with 0:00. Your video should have at least 3 timestamps listed in ascending order. So the earliest one first, then the second one, then the third one. And the minimum length for a video chapter is 10 seconds. All right. So now let's go back to this video and let me show you how I actually go about the process of doing this. So here's how I prepare to list something on YouTube. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm a YouTube expert by any means, but this enables you to be able to do some of the things we just talked about. And in the Google document where they're saying, here's the video best practices, this is working to make that happen. Okay. First thing is I write at least 2 titles for the video. And notice they're very different. Free content optimization tool to improve your SEO. How to do keyword research with a free SEO tool. Why do I do more than one? Well, in the first 24 hours of watching that video, if it's not performing well, I'm going to actually change the title to a different title. Because those first 24, 48 hours are really key in the life of a video. And it'll determine where it's going to rank for like the rest of its life. And so I'm going to, if it's not doing well with an existing title, I'm going to change it and I'm going to plan for that in advance. While we're at it, the thumbnail. So these little pictures you see over here, I'm going to create between 2 and 5 different thumbnails, which I also will revolve in to see which ones do the best. All right, next is here I've gone and done keyword research, and I've got a bunch of different keywords, tags that I could use in the tag section of my description. And so I actually do that research first before I write the description. So I know what I'm going to be writing about in that description. Then we get down here and I start off with the description. I write it, and then I put in this section. In it, you'll learn 0, 0, 0. And so what I oftentimes do is this one, the title for that section is going to be the title that I want the entire video to rank for. And then I've gone through, and each time there is a change of subject, I write the timestamp for that. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second, how to actually find those timestamps, a really, really easy way to do that. Okay, so I write all those and then I finish it out. This description's quite short. I was very tired when I wrote this. I normally would write another, 1,000, 2,000 words of description about it, which I can still do. I'll still go back and add some of those as time goes on. So let's talk about how you find these timestamps. All right, the easiest way is to take your SRT file. What? You just got technical on me, Don. What in the world is an SRT file? All right, an SRT file is it's a transcript of your video. So this one that I'm showing you here was actually created with Descript, Descript, which is one of my favorite tools for editing content-oriented videos, because you can literally, and I'll show you this in another video later on, you can literally use it transcribes it all, then you can use the transcription to edit your video. So sometimes I go off and go on a side journey for a while. If I want to cut that out of the video, I just block the part of text that I want, and then I press delete and it's gone, and the video actually re-edits it. But one of the things it gives me is an SRT file. So you can do this with a Descript. You can do it with a lot of other tools. You can use it through like a rev.com or something like that. Anything that gives you a time-stamped video, and you get it as an SRT file. S as in Sam, R, and T. When you get that, what it does is it gives you all the timestamps. So then what I do is I just scan through this, looking for places. Okay, so I promise them I'm going to show you a new tool. And that tool is called the Spark Content Optimizer. That's at 039. So now I go back over here, and 039, I have Introducing Spark Content Optimizer. Okay, then I scroll down, I'm talking about that, and right here, how does it work? Okay, so then over here, it's how to do content optimization for SEO. That's all I'm doing, is I'm going through this set of timestamps that are already there, pulling them out, and 0, and then once I get to 1 minute, it's 1, and then 2 minutes. If you had hours, so if you had a really long presentation, it'd be 01. So if it's an hour and 30 minutes, then it'd be 01:30:00 is the way you do that. Simply by putting this into the description on YouTube actually means that what YouTube does is see how those are all blue? They're all hyperlinked. That enables me to actually jump to that spot in the video. I'm now at 2:02 in the video. And so what YouTube is doing is YouTube is allowing us to build these timestamps, key moments, chapters, whatever we want, whatever they're calling them at whatever moment in history. It enables us to build it right into that video. And so now when this video gets indexed in Google will also pick these up, and they will show up like this in their listing also. Now, another cool thing about this is that you can literally go and edit an old video. So let's say you put up a video a year ago and you didn't put these timestamps in. Okay, go ahead and you can go add them now and put them in, and it'll add it into your description. It'll add it into your Google video and everything else like that. And so it's a very cool way of communicating to the search engines more of what this video is about. In addition to just your description, it tells it more about it, as well as it makes it easier for your viewer to be able to scan through. And it's like, hey, I don't care about this part, but wow, I do really want to see that. And so they're going to jump directly to 5:30 to, so let's say if they were looking at this video, they don't care about this, but hey, I do care about breadth. Okay, I'm going to jump directly to this and just start watching at that point. So it's valuable for you. It's valuable for the search engines. It's valuable for your users. All of these combine to give you a better user experience and a better experience overall. I strongly recommend you use techniques like this as you put up your videos. This is Don Crowther asking you, what are you doing around this? What's your reaction to this? Are you going to start doing this? Let me know in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.